everybody. Hello, welcome back to my creative space. This is Emma. What a week it's been. I can't remember any of it. Isn't that funny? I find more and more these days I have no idea what I've done. I can start off the day and do all sorts of things, and by the end of the day I'm going, what did I do this morning? It seems like 100 years ago. So anyway, lovely to be back here and great to have you with me, and I hope you enjoyed last week's video. Kind of finishing off the last piece, which feels very satisfying, although I know I've still got work to do. It was great to share that with you, and I hope you enjoyed the process of doing it. Today I think we're going to be starting off on something else, something new, because I would like to have a fresh start really. It's January. Don't we all like to clear out our closets and have a fresh start? Although I have to say that my energy levels at the moment are not terrifically high. I am simply doing what I need to do in the day, and by the time I get to bedtime I'm very glad to sit by our beautiful roaring log burner and read a book or watch something on a screen, you know, a bit of a film or something. It's really nice just to unwind and unravel after the day's activities. I do find these days that I just really want to do less, and I try and pace myself through the day. I don't know about you. I know we've all got stuff we have to do. So little things like that, things in your life that change, and I'm all about change. I feel at the moment there's lots going to be happening. I've just altered my Etsy shop. I've decided to kind of rebrand and have a fresh start there as well. So if you'd like to go and have a look at my Etsy shop and see what there is, that would be really lovely. I've got some beautiful things in, and I am going to be adding more into it this year. I've decided it's really time that I kind of had a switch around, put some new things in and play around there and see what happens. So one of the things I would like to do today, very, very important, is a big thank you to you all. I can't believe it's nearly, you know, this is going to be my 4th year coming up of being on YouTube, and you've all been so fantastic. I've had such a lot of support from you all, and it's just wonderful. I love it when you leave me comments, I love it when you chat to me, and I just know that it's lovely to have you out there, because I wouldn't be doing the artwork I'm doing, I don't think. I think it's all been part of my creative process changing and developing, and it's just brilliant. So what I want to say to you is a really big thank you, and I've decided I'm going to do a little giveaway. Now this has got nothing to do with YouTube, this is just me from my heart to you saying I would like to say thank you. So I'm going to give away this little brooch. I'm just about to put some, they should be up by the end of the week. I'm going to put some more brooches up. I've got some little heart brooches that I've been making, and I thought with Valentine's Day coming up it's a really good time to put them out there. And they'd like to be out in the world. They said they don't want to be sitting in my studio waiting while I get on with putting them up there. So I'm as I say, I'm fiddling around my Etsy shop, and I've redone my banner and things. It all takes time. All of these things take time. So basically my giveaway is, if you'd like to leave me a comment, that would be really lovely, and just tell me what you love in your life. One thing that you really love, whether it's a person, a place, an experience, something that you love doing, something you love eating or drinking, you know, it can be anything. It can be a place, a person, as I say. So just leave me a little comment, and I will pick the names out of a hat in the old-fashioned way. And as I say, this has got nothing to do with YouTube. This is entirely just personal to me, just to say thank you to you for your support here. So there we go. And if you'd like to go and have a look at my Etsy shop, as I say, I am going to be doing some new things over there, hopefully over the year, and we'll just see how that goes as well. I don't put myself under any pressure, guys, because I can't hack that these days. I don't know about you. So it's going to be very gentle and slow, but I feel like it's a fresh start for me over there. And today it's a fresh start here. So let's get some boxes out, I think, see what colours. I think I'm going to make another hanging like the last two I've done, but I've no idea what it's going to look like or what it's going to be, what the subject's going to be. So let's get some fabrics out and get started. So here we are, starting a new piece, and what better way to start it than by cutting a piece of my backing fabric that I use an awful lot of. I've mentioned it many times. It's cotton curtain interlining. It's got a nice soft quality to it, and it's relatively inexpensive to buy, and I buy it, as you can see, in quite large quantities. And it's become my sort of go-to back fabric, and then I will put some tearaway stabilizer underneath that before I stitch it. It's really good to go under the embellisher, and it just gives it a little bit of thickness and softness for the embellishing. So I'm very intrigued. It's a brand new fresh start today, and it's a new moon. I actually have to film these obviously ahead of, you know, when I put them up, because it takes me about a week to make a film, from filming and editing and all of that jazz. So it's actually January the that must be the 11th today, yes, because it's the new moon today in Capricorn. And I'm not heavily into astrology, but I do quite enjoy listening to some YouTube broadcasts of astrology. I'm just interested in how it sort of meshes our lives with our lives, and it connects with me with the moon and nature and the gentle sort of cycles of life and cyclical nature of living. I find it quite interesting. So I'm interested, this is a brand new piece and a brand new moon, so it can only be good, can't it? So what I've done is I've gone to my stash and I've picked out some fabrics, and I'm just going to show you what I've picked out. This is what's come out, and you can go, oh my goodness, or you can go, oh, that's lovely. So I've got some beautiful turquoise, got a couple of those pieces. And it doesn't mean, when I pick these out of my stash, it doesn't mean they're absolutely going to be the ones I use. Sometimes I start with something and it kind of gets me going. I find that really helpful. I'm not worrying about what it's going to look like. I work with a process, not an outcome. So I basically play around with fabric. So I've got some of this as well. This is the inside of a skirt. It's really lovely, soft cotton. The outside of the skirt, I'm getting a bit taken over here, it's got this lovely embroidery on it, but I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use the inside bit. It's really nice and soft. So I've got these lovely colours here, and then this sort of silvery colour kind of wants to come out as well. I've got a bit more turquoise here, very soft again. In fact, a couple of turquoises, a little bit of that. I don't know whether that's going to get used or not. I think that possibly just fell in. So I've got these lovely sort of sea colours here, I would say, and a little bit more. So all of this turquoise, it's lovely, isn't it? I feel like we're in the Mediterranean or something, with a beautiful on a Greek island with the lovely sea all around us. And then the next colour that came out, okay, this lovely green. This is a pair of curtains. Whoops. Can't contain this fabric, it's quite springy. So this has literally been a pair of curtains, and it was the most fantastic find in a charity shop. And it's a gorgeous colour, and I think that green and that turquoise go quite nicely. But then, oh my goodness, I just was looking at the fabrics I was using on my last piece, and this really strong pink kind of was looking at me going, I think I want to go in the mix as well. So, and then, now this is very left field, this yellow. So I don't know what this is going to be. As I say, I've no idea. I work with a process and I see what comes, and as it comes and develops, then I will put more of me into it, if you like. But I just let the fabrics kind of take me on a journey. So I think we're going to get cutting and we're going to get laying out, and then we'll see where on earth this is going to take us. Isn't it exciting? I hope you're as excited as I am, because I have no idea where this is going. Nothing in my head at all. So I've just got these little baskets, and I'm going to keep those for putting the pieces into. And I've just chosen this one to get started with. That's such a lovely rustly sound, this. That's something else I'm quite into. I don't know if anybody else watches ASMR videos. I discovered them about 10 years ago when I was going through a very sort of tricky period in my life, not sleeping very well. And I discovered ASMR videos, and they're just absolutely fabulous. I don't know how I came across them now. I think it was something on Radio 4. There was a program I think mentioned them, and I watched one and I thought, this is the weirdest thing. I watched a lady, I think she was sorting through some nail varnishes or something, but it was all the clinking and her beautiful nails and her hands, and it was just lovely. So I'm very now tuned into the sound of things and the look of things. And I think there's a lot of things in our life that we can touch, and we just, you know, we just handle objects, don't we, largely, and just don't think twice about them. But I think if you watch ASMR videos, you start to think about things in a different way. I go around shops tapping things, and people must think I'm very odd. But if anybody else watches ASMR, do say in the comments below, because I'd like to know. I'm not the only one. I think they're fantastic. I think they genuinely have an important place to play in creating relaxation for people. They are fantastic. Because you don't have to do anything. You don't have to go and do yoga or meditation or anything. You just sit and watch a video. And I suppose it's the same if you watch, perhaps for you, you might watch maybe videos with, I don't know, nature or nature programs and things like that. I think that can have a similar effect. So what I'm doing here, in case you haven't watched me do one of these videos before, if you're new to my channel, hello and welcome. I am just cutting these randomly. This is random strips and pieces, and I'm going to be shortly using my embellishing machine, which again, if you haven't come across one, it's a needle felting machine. If you've ever done or seen people doing hand needle felting, this is a machine with 12 needles, and it does all the felting for me, and it meshes my fabrics together and blends them and color, you know, sort of mixes colors for me. It creates beautiful textures, and it's just a wonderful machine. I apologize for those of you who haven't got one and perhaps you're finding it difficult to get hold of one, but I hope my videos still inspire you. I always think you can probably do a lot of what I do without an embellisher. It just will have a different effect. So you could be using these fabrics, you know, as strips or as little pieces possibly, and just stitch them and see what happens. You know, it doesn't have to be done, as I will say, nothing has to be done the way I'm doing it. You are all creative people. You're all your own creators, and what you do is your way of doing it, because we're all individuals, which is wonderful, isn't it? It makes life exciting because we're not all the same. Ooh. Sorry, I just nudged the I'm doing it again. Sorry, I'm just nudging the camera here. If you can see how I do this, I have the camera very, very close on its tripod next to me. And I just have to be very careful not to kick it with my foot. Okay, so this is the lovely skirt that I had. I'm just going to try and separate the lining from the actual skirt itself. And you might be thinking, oh my goodness, she's cutting up a lovely skirt. Yes, I am, but you know what, it was in a charity shop. They get a bit of money from me, and I get this lovely fabric, and I will use this many times, and anything that I don't use goes back as, you know, for rags. And oh, that's got a zip there. I thought it had a zip. And cut around the zip a bit. And to be honest, I live in a place where really there aren't any fabric shops, and this is an affordable way to find you know, fabrics to use for what I'm doing, and also it's recycling. So there we go, that's my justification for chopping up a perfectly good skirt. It's just lovely. I just love it. And I can appreciate it, and who knows, I might still wear this, I don't know. Right. So same process. This is lovely. This is a very beautiful, fine fabric, so I expect that'll scrunch up quite nicely under the embellisher. I could probably just, ooh, look at that, there you go. Ooh, that's lovely. Oops, this is beautiful. It's like a cotton lawn or something. And I love the way it's all the way, it's like one of those shrinky ones that you wear when you go on your holidays. 100% cotton, yes. Isn't this yellow just the most heavenly colour? It's just, it's shiny and it's outrageous. And I've no idea what this is going to become. It's so fascinating. I just love not knowing. It's fantastic. I think more and more in my life I'm just going, well, I don't know what I'm doing today. I don't know what I'm doing tomorrow. I do book some things. I do plan some things, because obviously sometimes you need an appointment for something. But I'm very lucky. I'm sort of in charge of my own destiny each day. And so I very much work with my intuition, whether it's making art or whether it's, you know, sorting my day out and doing the activities that I need to do. But this is just absolutely gorgeous. And it's just such a pleasure. What more lovely thing could I be doing today? It's pretty wintry outside today. It's cold, but it's bright. But it is pretty darn cold out there. So I'm just really grateful to be in somewhere warm and just faffing about with my fabrics. How does it get any better than that? It's so nice that you've come to join me, my creative friends. It's just so lovely. I thank you so much for all your comments, you know. Some of you take a great deal of time, I think, and trouble in your comments. You write me some lovely things and we have some lovely conversations. I think it's brilliant. I feel like we're really, you know, building this community here. It's very gentle, it's very soft and relaxing, I hope, for you. I certainly. And it's made my life so interesting, having a YouTube channel. Never thought I would ever do it, ever. It was never in my to-do list or my career plan, because I never had a career plan, really. I just went from job to job, and something always turned up. Something interesting always turned up. So I'll put these colours together, we'll have a little look, and we'll see what's going to be next. So, look at these lovely, lovely fabrics. Just ready to go into my embellisher, which I think I will get on with next week and show you what that's going to look like. Oops, that one wants to jump in there. Certainly not the colours I might have thought of, but there we go. That's a bit of magic. So I look forward to seeing you again next week. Don't forget, I'm just going to put this out of the way for a moment, because I'm just going to show you up close my little heart brooch here. You can see it all embellished and embroidered by me, and this is what, if you'd like to leave me a comment, again, as I say, saying something you love in your life, an experience, a person, a thing, whatever, and that will go out to you. I'll pull the names out of a hat and whisk that off to you. If you're not pulled out of the hat, I apologise, but you can actually go to my Etsy shop, and I have got these lovely little ones in there now as well. There's only, I think there's only half a dozen of them. They're just a limited edition, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're interested, just pop to my Etsy shop. I invite you to my Etsy shop anyway, because there are some lovely things there if you haven't already been. So I think that's all from me for this week. I'll see you all again very soon, and I shall look forward to reading your comments. Bye for now.
Ba 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 ba.